Donald Trump's luck might have finally run out in New York as prosecutors are ready to take on the former president for his hush money payment to adult star Stormy Daniels. Ring of Fire's Farron Cousins joins me to talk about it. Wow, what a case. You know, as I look at this, I love to see all the law professors line up on a case like this. And if you read the law professor's take on it, the case may be DOA. I mean, they say that because, yeah, he can win. The prosecutor can win in New York. I mean, you're going to have a blue juror, you're going to have blue judges. He can win there. But the appellate issue is really sticky here, isn't it?
It truly is because, they have these interlocutory appeals, which basically means before you even get a judgment in that jury trial, assuming you even go that far, the defense can appeal this and they can basically pick it apart. Say, we're going to appeal this, we're going to appeal the statute of limitations. Mm-hmm. We're going to appeal on this piece of evidence. We're going to appeal this. They can tie it up possibly for years with these appeals.
Well, okay, so first of all, you move to dismiss. I think let me make a prediction. The move to dismiss is going to be somehow centered on a constitutional question. The constitutional question is, can a state prosecutor go ahead and piggyback a federal claim with the state claim? The underlying claim in the state case is the records, the business records fraud, where apparently, if you believe what's said here, Trump said to his lawyer, Cohen, go ahead and pay off McDougal and pay off Stormy Daniels, and then disguise the payoff, make it look like it was legal services, and then we're gonna open an account in offshore. It's going to be an offshore account. You can pay through there and disguise it. If they pin all that, it certainly looks like intent to me. I mean, I think the intent question is pretty straightforward. But I got to tell you, this case fails. It fails on a constitutional level. And I think Bragg, maybe he's just hoping he can take Trump out of the picture. He certainly can. But with interlocutory appeals, with a number of gyrations that the defense is going to be able to do on this case, I think you got a due process argument here. I mean, that's a fundamental due process argument, and that is that you've got you've got to be able to say, first of all, did Trump know when he was doing this that it was violating this statute, this new law that has been created by Bragg? You see what I'm saying? He's creating a new law, and if you look at the best case for him, is to say, it's a due process argument, so let's assume I did that. Let's assume I told Cohen that he could do that. I didn't know that there was this thing that was invented by Bragg, and therefore it is a due process argument. There's so many ways that he can delay this. There's so many ways that the presidential election can be over by the time this is done, and Bragg could come out looking like a damn fool. I'm sure he's aware of that. I like that he's taking a chance. I like that he's taking a shot at it. Who knows?
Well, to me, the whole thing is weird that he chose to revive this whole Stormy Daniels issue in the first place. We know from last year when Alvin Bragg took over, he actually squashed the investigation and the pending indictments that Mark Pomerantz and Cyrus Vance had already written for the actual financial crimes, the bank fraud, the tax fraud, all of that. They were ready within days to indict. Bragg came in and said, no, we're not going to do that.
Right. Explain that to me. Yeah. He saw it. It was ready to go.
They had the evidence. Everything. They had the testimony. It was all nicely compiled. And Pomerantz said, all right, Bragg, you're in charge now. What do we do?
Why did he not take his shot then?
We have not gotten a clear answer on that, unfortunately.
Okay.
Because to me, that was the slam dunk.
I agree.
And those were totally far more serious than what we're dealing with here. If you take either of the things basically that Trump is accused of here, I gave more money to a campaign through the in-kind contribution than was allowed, you're not going to go to jail for that. The falsification of the business records in New York is a misdemeanor. Yeah. So you're not going to jail for that. So why did Bragg say, okay, we've got these real felony charges here.
Right.
I want to look at the misdemeanors.
That's my point. Yeah. Okay, let's assume that he says, yeah, I did it, but I did it thinking I was at best it was going to be a misdemeanor. Now Bragg comes along, the New York prosecutor, state prosecutor, invents a new law. I didn't even know about it. It's a due process argument. Look, hey, let's do this just so all those people who are going to get angry because we say that he could actually prevail here, let's say Bragg's going to win. Does that make you feel better? It's just not the truth. It's not the truth. Bragg can do a lot to Trump here. He can certainly affect the presidential election process with primaries and in the run. But when you drill down on this, Bragg is going to have a lot of explaining to do. Why didn't they prosecute the first time when they had him? Statute was good, everything was good, it was all there, and then Bragg has to go back and invent a new law. He has to invent something that's never been done, and he creates a due process argument for Trump. But for all y'all that get angry that we're trying to talk both sides of this and let you see the other side, we'll agree Trump's going to be prosecuted, Trump's going to be convicted, if that'll make you feel better. But the truth is, at the end of the day, this is a problem.
Well, and even if I think if he does elevate it to a felony, secures the conviction, survives the appeals, I still don't think he's going to jail.
No, he's not.
I mean,
He's
so
not.
that's
But
the other part of it.
look, they want to take their shot. This is a Soros appointed prosecutor. Soros was the money behind it. And that's been Soros's plan, is to put progressive prosecutors in places that he can use politically. I just think he's asking Bragg to do a little too much here. He's really stretching to get Bragg to do what Bragg's having to do. And I think in the long run, it hurts Bragg.
We could have already had a trial had he just gone with the initial charges that they had when he took over that office.
Absolutely.
It would have been done a year and a half ago.
They had Cohn on the ropes. He was on the ropes. They had Pecker. What's the guy's name? Pecker. David Pecker with the National Enquirer. They had him on the ropes. They had Weiselberg. Was it Weiselberg?
Weiselberg.
They had Weiselberg on the ropes. They had everything lined up. And Bragg comes in and says, no, we're not going to prosecute now. I'm going to go and I'm going to prosecute later with something that has constitutional flaws all over it. That's my take on it.